Hey everyone, it is Matt Glogly with the Practice Profit System, and I want to let you know that over the next couple of weeks, you are going to be hearing some interviews that I did with speakers for an event that was hosted with Top Doctor and I Am Champion events. This event was hosted June 3rd through the 5th in Miami, down at the Four Seasons Resort, and these are interviews with speakers, and I thought that these speakers that you're going to hear from over the next month were the best, most intriguing ones. So I'm really excited for you to hear this and to share this information with you. Now, you might notice that through the audio recording, we actually talk a little bit about the event. Again, that event, most likely by the time you've listened to these, has passed. However, there will be events like this in the future. That is our hope and our goal. So I really hope you enjoy these. I really had a great time interviewing these folks. You're going to hear a lot of really cool new stuff. Some of it's personal development, some of it's on the medical side, and our continued quest to expand our information that we share with you and help you become the absolute best medical practice owner, business owner that you can possibly be. I appreciate the opportunity to continually help you in your transformation. Take a listen. I look forward to talking to you and meeting you face to face in the near future. Carpe diem, everybody.
Welcome to the Practice Profit System podcast. Do you own a cash-based practice? Are you looking to start one? Tired of working endless hours and still not making enough money? Want to fire your insurance company? Then you're going to love our podcast. Each episode is full of insights and proven strategies to grow your practice to seven figures and more, allowing you to take more time off, make more money, and no longer have to take insurance reimbursements. Plus, get a free copy of my book, The Anatomy of a Seven-Figure Medical Practice, where I detail my entire journey to creating my own seven-figure practice. Just go to www.srpmedicalmarketing.com/book. You just pay $7.95 in shipping and handling, and you'll also get over $1,197 in free bonuses. That's www.srpmedicalmarketing.com/book. Now, on to our show.
Hey everybody, Matthew Glogly again with our Top Doctor interviews for our Health, Wealth, and Self Summit in Miami. That is June 3rd through 5th at the Four Seasons, Four Seasons in Miami. And today, I'm really honored to interview Don LaPlum. Do I have that pronunciation correctly, or is it LaPlum? You're the French version. That's what I want to know.
LaPlum. You had it perfect. Excellent.
Okay,
job.
perfect. Well, when you have a last name like Glogly, you want to make sure you get it right. So, but anyway, Don is the founder and CEO of Rhino XR Studios. He's going to tell us what that is in just a few moments. But Don, you're going to be speaking and you have a booth at the event, correct? That's going to be coming up in Miami.
That is correct. I'm looking forward to it.
I want to dive right into you and I. We were talking just before we recorded, and you're going to be talking about metaverse marketing. I want to know what that is, but how does Rhino XR play into all of that? Tell us a little bit about Rhino XR, and then we're going to go into your talk topic.
Think about Rhino XR Studios. Rhino XR Studios is actually a virtual reality studio. We do a lot with extended reality and virtual reality. And we create experiences. We create worlds. And we actually have launched the first metaverse in the world that's truly designed for commerce. It's a family-friendly metaverse designed for commerce. And it's incredibly realistic and beautiful.
Tell me more about that. What is a family-friendly metaverse for those of us that are 54 years old and still call it Facebook, right? Like, because I know you're not the same thing, but I mean, like, what does that mean?
Well, I'm pretty close to that. As far as age is concerned, I just look really young. When it comes to family-friendly, first of all, most people view the metaverse as a game. It's some place to just go gaming and whatever. They don't view the metaverse as to what it is about to become. All right. A lot of people thought, well, it is going to become a place that literally changes how we live, how we eat, how we learn, how we work. It's going to be a place where we do all of those things. It's not going to be a place that is just relegated to gaming. It's really about life. I literally see all these people that are working right now from home. Mm-hmm. They're working from home for obvious reasons with what's happened these past couple of years, but they're pulled apart from their corporate teams. Now, companies have done well with this model. They realize that this is actually a really good model, except the teams are disjointed in a lot of cases. But when you are actually able to meet and work in a virtual studio, in a virtual business or office, what happens? You're literally side by side in that space, not necessarily in headsets, but even on computer. It's amazing how that works. It brings the socialization back to the team. It brings the team together, really helps get projects done much faster.
Okay, so is this like Zoom going from two-dimensional to four-dimensional? Is that kind of, the Zoom experience is very two-dimensional, right?
Yes.
You know what I mean? Like we all got our fake backgrounds. Well, I don't have one. I don't have one on today, but we all got our drop-down backgrounds. But it's very two-dimensional. It's not very relational, and it's kind of, does this make it more engaging?
This makes it massively more engaging. This is literally, when you go into one of our offices in Megaverse, which is the name of our metaverse, when you go into one of our offices, literally you are next to someone. You can walk with someone to the water cooler if you wanted to. You can
Really?
have a direct meeting where you're sitting down together and you are there. It's not like on Zoom. You're not a square on a screen. You're literally in a room with somebody. And that's how it feels, because that's how it is.
Okay, so am I wearing the goggles, like the big wraparound goggles and things like that?
That's the wild thing. You can do that. And it gives for in-depth immersive experience. But what surprises people is that you can get that same type of an experience from a computer, from a PC or a Mac. And our system is designed to give you that experience. See, it really is a dynamically different type of world, because when you're there, the way that you interact with people, good example, you can have a group of people, 10 people in a room, and they're all talking together at, let's say, a little conference. But two of you really need to talk about something privately. You walk over, yes, you're on screen, right? You're not even in a headset, you're on screen, but you walk over separately and in the corner of the room and you're talking, nobody else hears you.
Really?
But you can see everybody, you can join the crew back again in moments, but it's strange. Your brain brings you into that place. And I'm not kidding when I say this, Matthew, it's like walking into a website. That's the easiest way to explain it.
This has massive implications in healthcare, right? Because, one of the things we saw, and in my work with doctors and practice owners and still owning practices today, we were all worried when COVID hit that, oh my gosh, what are we going to do? Well, what happened is everything flipped literally overnight and people they automatically up adapted into Zoom, like literally in seconds, right? I always joke that even my 85-year-old mother-in-law can now get on Zoom by herself, right? This has become everywhere. And what's happened for my doctors is they loved it because they're going, I can be at my beach condo or I can be at my home and I can have shorts on and I just wear my lab coat or my scrub tops. Nobody knows any different. And they go, this is great. Just seeing patients, boom, 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 boom. So I think that's really revolutionized healthcare, but this sounds like it's going to really increase the experience on the healthcare in a positive way.
It will. And the other side of that would be, from a healthcare perspective, the three-dimensional views we can get of people. All right. So whether it's for an examination, which is a little bit more difficult on Zoom, okay, or there's a lot of VR use, virtual reality use in therapy, whether it's for PTSD or lots of different things that are happening. In fact, my wife works at a hospital, and when she learned CPR the last time, they go through these annual certifications. The last time they did it in VR. How virtual reality is tying into medicine? People are learning. They're learning to do surgeries through virtual reality. The experience has gotten so good. Technology has gotten so good that you can learn and go through an experience that is so realistic, you almost wouldn't know it wasn't real life.
That is absolutely amazing. That is stunning. I mean, this is a major thing. So now let's talk about what you're going to be talking about. Your topic is going to be about metaverse marketing. What does that mean? And what is that?
So metaverse marketing for a practice. In particular, whether it's a practice or even education from a practice standpoint, it really comes down to positioning. It comes down to how people are going to be living in the very near future. And I'll explain this in just a moment. But you need to be, if you're going to build a practice and you're going to be in front of people for what they really need, it's important to have a presence where they're going to be. That's the same thing with any marketing.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
now, because people are moving into the metaverse, and most people don't realize how fast this has happened. People go back and they say, well, you know what? The internet grew super fast. It started in the 90s or something. And in a matter of a few years, it really took off. What people don't realize is that the internet actually started in 1969 as ARPANET.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't really take off for about 30 years, but when it took off, it changed how we do everything.
Right.
The metaverse started roughly 28 years ago. And technology has caught up. The way we integrate and interact with systems and user interfaces has caught up to the point where now that hockey curve for the metaverse we're right there at that base. As a society, we're going to move there. And what pushed us even faster is what happened these past couple of years with COVID.
Yep.
Because of that, we were separated. Think about how far away we were as people, separated from each other. I don't care if you're an introvert, you still want to know that there's people around, right? You want to be with people, right? You just don't want to talk to them in that case, but you want to be with them. And what the metaverse does, and virtual reality in particular, is it brings people back together in a social environment where they can collaborate and make things happen. It's about to take off. So that is where practices need to be planned to be in place.
What's interesting is, I've worked from home for 20 years, right? I've had offices when I had my locations, physical when they were here in town, I was in there on a regular basis, just about daily. But, I'll use my fiance, who is upstairs in one of the other rooms, and she's in advertising. And she used to travel 2 weeks out of every single month because, going to see the clients and the type of work that they do. And their team is scattered all over the US. So it wasn't that big of a deal for her. But it was so funny. She is on Zoom from 8 a.m. in the morning until 7 o'clock at night, every day, basically. And she came down and she goes, look, we decided in my pod of people that I work in, this Zoom stuff ain't working. We're all going to meet in Cincinnati to do this planning for our client. Kroger is one of their clients, right? And then, they do stuff for Walmart. And so we're going to go to Bentonville because they have a team in Bentonville. And they're just like, there is something that is missed on Zoom. But if now it sounds to me like you're bridging that gap, like it's now going to be able to become much more experiential than just kind of a face in a box.
It really is. And, that's from a business perspective. When you think about that, it is going to bring organizations back together. When you think about it from an educational perspective, even because, companies are training people, they have to. Schools are teaching. And people learn in different ways. We are adults or we're children. We learn in different ways, visually, auditorily, tactilely, even experientially. In the metaverse, you can create experiences where people get all of those ways to learn, but those experiences they can learn from that are so realistic, but nobody can ever get hurt.
Right. You
can't fall off a mountain and get hurt. You can't, skydive and the parachute doesn't open. It all works.
That'd be a bad day.
That would be a bad day in real life, but not here. And same thing in surgery. If you're learning surgery, nobody gets harmed in that surgery if you make a mistake. But you learn because you feel those same feelings like, oh my gosh, I just made this mistake. I need to learn from this. It's an amazing tool.
Fantastic. Well, look, I can't wait to meet you in Miami, and I can't wait to see your booth and hear your talk, because I think this is absolutely fascinating. Like you said, I do feel like we're moving in this direction, and we're moving fairly quickly. And, people are going to be looking for different options. Already business travel is still way down, and it's going to continue to stay down for a while. But, this is for me, from the learning standpoint and being able to treat patients, I think it's just fascinating. So, Don, I appreciate you taking the time to be on this quick little interview and sharing these insights. And give everybody the name of your company one more time.
Sure. It's been an honor to be here, Matthew. And the name of my company is Rhino XR Studios. And it's rhinoxrstudios.com.
Fantastic. All right, folks, make sure you join us in Miami, June 3rd through 5th. On the 3rd, we're going to be doing a reception up by the pool underneath the gorgeous setting evening sun in Miami. Underneath the palm trees, you'll get to meet people like Don and other speakers that we've been interviewing. And make sure that you come to the event on Saturday and Sunday. Like we've been saying, this is not only about your health, but it's about your wealth. and yourself. And so you're going to be able to, not just as a physician, to be able to learn new ways to be able to take care of patients like Don is sharing. But if you are a consumer, you're going to be able to see that. And our goal is to be able to marry these two. Too many times, those two, the most important relationship is the medical professional and the patient, not the patient and the insurance company, not the doctor and the insurance company, but the doctor and the patient. And so we want to connect those two so that you, as the patient, can take control of your healthcare decisions in an educated way. So, and getting the right information. So make sure you join us in Miami. If you're a consumer, if you're a doctor, you got to be there, because this is the only event that I've seen out there that is marrying not just the practical technical side, but all of the other internal stuff that you're going to need in order to be successful. So I'm going to be there. I'll be talking about these great things, how to be selling high priced products and services. So make sure you come. You'll see the link in the comments and the description below. That join us June 3rd through 5th in Miami. Don, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it so much.
Same here, Matthew. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for listening. If you liked this episode, take a moment and share it with your fellow medical professionals, or post a positive comment and rate it on wherever you just listened. Now, don't forget, you can get a copy of my book, The Anatomy of a Seven-Figure Medical Practice, for free. Just pay $7.95 in shipping and handling. Plus, you'll get over $1,197 in free bonus material. Simply go to srpmedicalmarketing.com/book. That's srpmedicalmarketing.com/book. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next week.